In Colombia, leaders and members of different churches have come together, moved by a common purpose to support the ongoing peace process between the FARC and the government. With more now, here's Natalia Margarita.
Sympathy for the millions of victims, as well as the strong conviction that the time for peace has finally come, form the common ground that has brought together members of all different churches and beliefs, from Christians to Colombian Muslims.
After living more than 50 years of war, we are already pretty aware that through weapons, either side has been defeated.
Entonces, ¿qué significa esto?
What that means is that it's time for a bilateral ceasefire, which must be a commitment from all sides equally, not just from instance from the FARC.
Un compromiso de la FARC, por ejemplo.
The sensitivity towards the poor and needy have led many of these religious leaders to stroll through remote and abandoned places of Colombia, where the state is absent but the war is lively.
What a peace agreement would mean at its simplest level is the end of bombing and machine gunning, but it also means that campesinos will be able to work the land calmly.
Que los campesinos puedan sacar sus cultivos
to affordable living off the crops. Of course, they will still struggle with the economic model, but at least they will be able to do it in peace.
This public gathering comes after the FARC invited the churches of Colombia, among other sectors, to act as verifiers of its recently announced unilateral ceasefire, an announcement that has been considered as an important step for preventing further victims.
We want to join the shout of victims in the many parts of this country and in Havana who are clamoring for the end of this war from all sides, for the end of this war now. Now we have the hope that after the 20th of July, when the FARC implements its unilateral ceasefire, the negotiations will advance rapidly.
As the night falls, candles are being lit up, and children and elderly call for the silencing of rifles for the success of the peace process, not just between the government and the FARC, but also with the second largest guerrilla of Colombia, the ELN. Natalia Margarita, teleSUR, Bogota, Colombia.